canvas for the rest of the Premiership here in Scotland that they're going to do that against Real Madrid.
Absolutely. Well, the question is now is how many changes will Steven Gerrard make? Will he stick with these players or will he introduce some new ones to the fold? The players are back out onto the pitch. Let's find out then with Kevin Thompson, who's alongside our commentator, Clive Tyson.
Thank you, Emma. No substitute boards up as yet. No apparent sign of a change. Last season was Real Madrid's first without a trophy for 11 years. They did reach the Champions League semi-final. They pushed Atletico all the way in the title race. The defeat at Chelsea was their only defeat in the last 24 games of last season. Didn't exactly go with a whimper. If that's a bad season, life's not all bad. We are going to see Jack Simpson, Glenn Kamara, Stephen Kelly and Scott Arfield for Rangers. Oh no, Arfield and Kelly are being kept. They did the warm-up, so just those two changes. Jack Simpson is on alongside Connor Golson at the heart of the defence, and Glenn Kamara is now making up. Oh, Arfield is on. Arfield, Davis and Kamara is the midfield three, and Yanis Hadji's moved forward now to take up position on the right of the front three. So Rangers now McGregor in goal, Tavernier, Golson, Simpson and Barisic, Arfield, Davis and Kamara, Hadji, Sakala and Kent. Here's Arfield. Also seen the introduction of number 30 for Real Madrid, who is Sergio Arribas, who's not 20 till September. He's a very skillful midfield player in the Isco mould, so it's like he may be playing as a sort of false nine. Jovic, who hardly got a kick, isn't going to get a kick from here. Marcelo. Arribas has won it. Tavernier had it back momentarily. Rodrigo. Skipping away from Golson is Rodrigo. And Simpson had to get out to him, but he didn't actually get a foot on the ball. Rodrigo rather ballooned that. Kevin Thompson.
Yeah, he just travels with so much speed. Clive, he just drops his shoulder to get away Connor Golson. Top end, Rodrigo. You can just tell the way he's balanced and how he shifts the ball last second for defenders. Thankfully for Alan McGregor and us, we flew into Rosehead.
Seeing that Simpson's been given the nod ahead of Balogun. And in terms of time, I'm not suggesting that's the pecking order. But another look at Jack Simpson, who has had 45 minutes in all 4 games prior to this evening. He's going to get 45 here too. Arfield up to Tavernier. Into Sakala. His touch was just a little heavy.
Yeah, he's unlucky there, Sakala. Just almost had to set himself. Clive, he tried to take it on the spin. Just a heavy touch. Good ball for James Tavernier. I think it's on at times when we stretch them a wee bit. That one back inside.
Beautifully guided by Hadji into the path of Tavernier. Away by Chust. Of course, Real Madrid will be far more used to these conditions than Rangers.
Yeah, just far more. I've been saying that to the kids at the academy, Clive. This is what it's like to play in Spain. If you got any dreams to play for Real Madrid or Barcelona, that's what it's like training in Scotland now.
If they're anything like me, they packed a load of raincoats and knitwear for my week in Scotland. It's still in the suitcase, all that stuff. Golson to to Hadji, showing his versatility. It wasn't a terrible season in some senses for Real Madrid, but it was a very unhappy season. What with the Super League fiasco, a lot of injuries, the likes of Hazard, Sergio Ramos, Varane and others. Zinedine Zidane stormed out at the end of the campaign saying he'd been undermined by Florentino Perez. Looking for a fresh start now with Carlo Ancelotti's return.
Yeah, he's as cool as they get. Ancelotti, Clive. Sporting his Adidas boots. Just looks the part, doesn't he?
That's good from Davis. And from Kamara. And here goes Sakala. Running at shoes, but he just showed him a little bit too much of it.
Yeah, it was just a second touch. Just a bit too heavy. Just had to keep it a wee bit closer to him before he could get his legs opened. Sakala, but he looks lively, Clive. We're just desperate to see him open his legs up and see what he's got in the tank.
Field. There's a Rangers throw. Tavernier. That's beautifully guided in towards Sakala. It was a pretty rugged challenge by Odriozola. Seemed to barge fashion Sakala in the back. He's still down. That's why the referee's halted play now. Might have blown his whistle and given Rangers a free kick, I think.
Yeah, it looked like a foul. Yeah, actually, it was a beautiful space. James Tavernier just to drop it into that wee gap. Just almost overhit, so he's almost backing away. Oh, it's a foul. It's a foul. I just think he can get over a wee bit more, Sakala, Clive. Just when the play's developing with James Tavernier getting the ball, he's almost in the left channel a wee bit. Just think he can get over a wee bit more for that one inside, especially when Yanis Hadji goes beyond or tries to stretch it down the line. It leaves a nice space for him to come and play.
Marcelo. Golson rather awkwardly away, but he's okay. Here goes Sakala again, just doing just enough. Of course, this is not an atypical test for Rangers. They're not going to have the opportunity, or Sakala's not going to have the opportunity to run into space in counter-attacking situations very often in Scottish Premiership games.
Yeah, it's the same with the high press as well, Clive. Listen, every team in the SPFL that are going to come to Ibrox are going to bang it 60 yards down the pitch. So, you know, the starting position is different, but they know Real Madrid are going to try and play, so we can play that wee bit higher.
That's lovely. Kent laid off to Kamara. Sakala almost got there, trusted just enough. Resisted that challenge well, Sakala. Wasn't looking for a foul. Kent couldn't quite retain possession, and Real Madrid have another counter-attack on here. Isco to Lucas Vázquez. Isco, Sergio Arribas, now Rodrigo, Marcelo, Arribas is there. Oh, they won that so well, and he really should have scored the substitute.
Yeah, he should score, Clive. Great pick out, great play. Just shows how slick they are when they turn the ball over. It's like they've got another gear when they want an attack. Just a beautiful pick out from Marcelo, and he should score.
Okay, it's Real Madrid, but Rangers can't be that vulnerable to the counter-attack, can they?
I just think it's because we're pressing high, Clive, the team's so further up the pitch, which is different from pressing in Scotland. You know, they normally drop in a wee bit and they normally give you the ball back, so the team starts in a different position, whereas the team is starting high and trying to squeeze the game, but then it then leaves you vulnerable at the back when they turn the ball over.
Excellent from Hadji, and then Arfield. Cross wasn't bad either. Davis has it back, Tavernier.
So the difference in Scotland, Clive, is that we can be really aggressive. Conor Golson can go and step in, Jack Simpson can stand on the halfway line, because there's no team really capable of going and hurting you the other way at the speed that what Real Madrid can do. So your starting position can be different.
Oh, and here's an opportunity again for Sakala!
Oh.
What a moment for Fashion Sakala! And listen to the Ibrox roar!
Yeah, sensational, Clive. We said we wanted to see him open his legs up, and it just shows you right foot, left foot. He looks really natural going both ways. What a start for Sakala. A great composure, just the way he effortlessly pushes past and then puts his lace through it. All good strikers say, put your head down, hit the target. That's what Boydie used to say to us. Great play for Glenn Kamara to start with, steal it, and then he's a favourite to push past. Wonderful finish, wonderful moment in front of a superb crowd today, Clive. Don't get much better.
The boys were talking at half-time about composure in front of goal. I'm not sure there was a lot of that. I think he leathered it, and it just clipped the inside of the post on its way in. But if in doubt, give it a clout. Fashion Sakala was suddenly presented with a chance by Glenn Kamara. It's a chance that he seized. And those difficult 10 days isolating in a hotel room in a strange country. Not saying Scotland's strange, by the way, you know what I mean. A different country, a different continent. But that was his welcome to Rangers. He's only had a week out of that confinement to find himself, find his place in the dressing room, make friends, impress his teammates. But that goal will go a long, long way to doing all of that. First goal for a new club is always a big deal, particularly for a striker. And Fashion Sakala has scored it in front of 17,000, 18,000 Rangers fans who've been waiting so long for moments like that. Sliding challenge by Simpson, yellow card.
Yeah, it was aggressive for Simpson. Looked like he got plenty of the ball though. I think he got a wee bit. The player as well. I like that, Clive. You know, stepping out, Jack Simpson going and putting his foot through it. Aggressive.
Well, I'll be on the front page of the Daily Record tomorrow for calling Scotland a strange country.
But I actually thought strange was fair, to be fair. Especially when you get past Hart Hill, it becomes a bit strange.
You know what I mean.
It's a
different
place.
from Zambia, that's for sure. Free kick taken by Isco. Here's Rodrigo. And Stephen Davis was alert to the danger. Corner kick. Damage limitation. Odegaard will take. Headed by Tavernier. Wasn't the best. A little back heel from Sakala was fancy. And he got the job done, and he almost got Ryan Kent cleared. He's enjoying himself.
Just a wee bit softer though when Ryan Kent's in, Clive. Just a wee bit composure, like the boys are talking, just a bit calmness.
Yeah, there was pressure on the ball in fairness when he played it. He scored 16 goals in the Belgian top flight last season. He's 24, he's not a inexperienced international player. But with Alfredo Morelos out of town for now, there is an opportunity for somebody to lead the Rangers line. And Sakala's been given that opportunity tonight, fouled by Golson. I think Harry Bass rather bought that one.
I think Willie Collins getting carried away a wee bit. Some of these wee bumps, you can see he's made the most of it. Don't know why he's getting so agitated.
lecture that. Real Madrid got a little bored and have taken the free kick. But it's not finished yet, boys. Golson looking suitably chastised. There are going to be a couple of Real Madrid changes in the meantime. Number 35 is interesting character, Miguel Gutierrez, a left back who's attracting a lot of interest down south from English Premier League clubs. And number 28 is Marvin Park, who's a white player. He's going to take over from Rodrigo. It's actually Lucas Vasquez who's coming off for Miguel, as he calls himself, Miguel Gutierrez. Gutierrez turns 20 on Tuesday. He's currently being linked with West Ham. He did start the last 3 league games of last season. A couple of changes here see Ryan Kent and Borna Barisic give way to Nathan Patterson, Calvin Bassey. And Middleton's going to come on too. Middleton, who we saw in the first 3 pre-season games, a couple of different positions. Vertigar. Isco. He's actually gone for a throw-in. So we've got Patterson and Tavernier on the field at the same time, which we had in the second half against Arsenal, but a different configuration this time. James Tavernier played rather centrally on that occasion. He's playing directly in front of Patterson at the moment. That's going to be an interesting combination, Kevin.
Yeah, it's almost like a 4-5-1, Clive, with Glenn Middleton on the left, James Tavernier on the right, Scotty Arfield, Steve Davis and Glenn Kamara.
Yeah, I don't think I mentioned Cedric Eaton's on too, yeah.
Yeah, Cedric Eaton looks like he's going in front of it, so it's almost going to like a 4-5-1. Got to expect James Tavernier and Glenn Middleton to obviously push up, but not like the natural inside 10s that the manager likes, you know, predominantly playing more wider.
But Patterson's form is demanding attention and consideration.
Yeah, the manager said it already, Clive, that giving the senior boys, the big hitters, something to think about.
Isco, Arribas, Park, giving away to Middleton. There's a foul. Steven Gerrard raised a few giggles in his pre-match interview when he was talking about the big heads in training yesterday. Played the big heads against the rest, the senior players. That's an old Liverpool thing. That's, I know you've probably heard of Ronnie Moran, who was a truly great, sadly late coach at Liverpool in the Bob Paisley era. And when players came back from international duty, it was Ronnie's job to nail their feet to planet Earth and bring them down a step or two. And they used to play a Friday five-a-side between the international players, the big heads, and the ones who hadn't gone away.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. We used to play young v old, Clive with Walter, but I had to stop quite quickly because it was like killer ball. Tackles up at waist height. I think he was scared that there was going to be too many people injured when tackles started to fly.
Bit of a problem here for Victor Chust, so a change at centre-back. Mario Gila, 20-year-old 6-footer, number 34. Actually born in Barcelona, is going to come on in his place. Not a player I'm familiar with. There are 3 or 4 really young players with no senior Real Madrid experience on the bench, and here is the first of them we're going to see, Gila. Just who did just get a few opportunities at the end of last season is replaced. Patterson. Davis. It's one for Arfield or Tavernier to chase, and both of them are caught on their heels a little. Marcelo's moved forward now since Gutierrez came on. Blanco. Nacho. Marcelo. It's Miguel Gutierrez. Isco with the switch.
Wonder if this is a wee experiment, Clive, or a balsam.
Nearly came off too. McGregor had to respond there.
Almost sensational ball. Wee bit disguise in it, wee bit reverse. Yeah, I was just thinking, I wonder if this is a wee experiment, Clive. You know, for a European game, often you get opportunities in pre-season against Real Madrid to go and be hard to beat and be robust. It's certainly not a formation that the team's played very often.
Well, those hopefully 4 upcoming Champions League qualifying games are looming large. All 4 games, assuming we just get through that first round, would be in the month of August, so they're going to come one after another. And they're going to need different options in order to find a way through. It's all about the results. Marcelo's Isco, Odegaard. Arfield with the challenge. Blanco. Park. Odegaard. That's well won by Kamara. Cedric Itten, who was caught in about 5 lines, and he had an option too because Middleton was available behind him.
Yeah, you see the difference when, you know, Scott Arfield, Glenn Kamara are supporting that, Clive. You've now got Ryan Kent, different speed and different options in the attack, but you know, the energy that Sakala brought is different when you turn it over for people to go and run without the ball.
Marcelo, it's an inviting ball towards Park, it's just drifting beyond him. Bassi sees it out. Middleton did well there. Kamara backed himself in a tight situation. That's lovely between Tavernier and Patterson. Kamara. Here's Middleton. Great break. Bassi's on the way. Hit by Middleton. Out as far as Glenn Kamara. Thought about it, didn't he? Bassi's run is eventually rewarded. Crossing towards it and dealt with by Nacho.
Superb play. All coming from Patterson, a bit composure. Right back area, the wee 1-2 with Tav. Clever wee ball inside to Glenn Kamara. It's amazing how Glenn Kamara just has awareness to open up the pitch. Maybe the wrong option for Glenn Middleton, but more like us.
Arfield. Patterson. Crossing with his left foot. Kept alive by Arfield. Here's Cedric Itten.
He's unlucky. He uses his body well. Cedric Itten. Just it comes down to good work for Scotty Arfield to keep it alive.
Scored a couple of goals already in the pre-season period. Denied a third yesterday by Shane Duffy's goal line clearance. He had it over an hour against Brighton up front.
I heard Shane Duffy got a good reception, Clive.
There's some very generous applause at times. At times. He must have been delighted when Duncan Webster cried off before the game.
Thought you were going to say he must have been delighted he went back to Brighton.
Careful. Blanco. Away by Middleton. Nacho. Hino. Isco lifted into the path of Miguel. Now Marcelo. Miguel Gutierrez has gone on here. Well, he's found a shot which has struck a post. I think Alan McGregor will feel as if he had that post cover. There was a flag up.
Yeah, he is not bad, him, Clive. He is not bad at all. It almost looks like a mini version of Marcelo. Just the way he moves the ball. Just how he shifts it, his balance, his low sense of gravity.
Another water break chance for Carlo Ancelotti and Steven Gerrard to send on a few messages. Ancelotti has never made any secret of his admiration for Steven Gerrard. He's said openly in the past that he would have liked to have managed him. The Rangers manager broke his heart in that epic Champions League final of 2005. Best I ever saw Steven play that night. He headed the first goal in Liverpool's comeback against Milan, won the penalty that brought about the equaliser 6 minutes later, 16 years ago. Ancelotti's Milan actually beat a Liverpool captained by Steven Gerrard in the final 2 years later too. Their paths have crossed half a dozen times since then. Remember a big Chelsea win at Anfield in the spring of 2010 that all but sealed the title for Ancelotti. And most recent meeting before this evening was a Champions League game in Madrid that I was at in 2014. Brendan Rodgers left Gerrard and Sterling and Henderson on the bench. It was a rather miscalculated gamble. Steven wasn't best pleased. Came on for the last 20 odd minutes in the Bernabeu that night. He was actually touted to be Ancelotti's successor at Everton in some quarters, but Steven wasn't best pleased about that either. Jordan Jones is coming on. And James Tavernier has gone off, so that little experiment has been cut short for now. To be continued. If you were going to play one just in front of the other, I'm not sure, I wouldn't have half expected it to be the other way round. Tavernier and Patterson, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a difficult one. I think Nathan is better when the game's in front of him and he can drive on and step on. I do think it's the same for Tav. I think they're both definitely natural, obviously right backs, but I just think they could complement each other so much. You know how aggressive they are running without the ball, how fit, how strong.
It's a Bassi, talking of fit and strong, forces the issue every time he's in possession. Calvin Bassi.
He's a machine, a big man. Such an infectious character as well, Clive. Really bubbly around the training centre.
There's more to him than his physique, obviously, but he did post a few pictures of his rippling muscles in training at the start of the month, which...
He's got muscles where we could only dream of them, Clive.
One or two of his teammates cancelled him immediately. Unfriended him straight away. Corner dealt with by Hila. But here's Kamara. Golson to Davis. And Middleton was just caught there.
It's a foul.
Given. Referees have missed the fans too. Just a bit. Miguel Gutierrez. He's given the ball away after that promising run. Got a bit of height about him too, Gutierrez. It's Kamara. Patterson. Just couldn't quite get Jones in. Obviously passed the first challenge as if it wasn't there. Dawson's challenge becomes a pass to Kamara against the back from Arthur, and then gets an awful challenge from Nacho, who has been yellow carded. We're not going to see a second yellow, are we? We are. Yeah, it's a red card. I thought for a moment Willie Collum hadn't remembered that he cautioned him, but the second yellow for Nacho Fernandez, and Rangers are going to play against 10 men now.
Yeah, it's a bit nasty, to be fair, Clive. And the rules are the rules. Listen, I think even the manager would want to play against 11 players because it's better for the test, the fitness. Listen, I know we want to win, but Willie Collum, he's been quite aggressive with his cards today, Clive. That's a poor challenge, though, to be fair.
Carlo Ancelotti's pleading with the fourth official. No return for Nacho. Now, can Rangers capitalise in the last 15 minutes? Some might just be a problem here for Lunin. It's setting now. Jones needed to get a bit more height on that. It come off a Real Madrid head, so it's a corner. It's an unusual kick-off already, 6 o'clock, but I imagine that's quite a challenge now for Lunin in goal. Low sun. Middleton will take. As far. Simpson crossed back in by Davies. Golson is there. It's come for Cedric Itten! And Rangers lead Real Madrid at Ibrox. Cedric Itten has scored their second goal. And this wonderful backing that the club have had from fans who've been waiting month after month to come inside here and see Rangers goals. Cedric Itten has put them 2-1 up against Real Madrid.
What a finish as well it is, Clive. You know, the snapshot, swiveling his body to keep it low, back across the goalie. Lunin no chance in the Real Madrid goal. Confusion at the back. Connor Golson's presence just put the two defenders off. Cedric Itten the first to react. Terrific finish.
3 pre-season goals. We've said a lot about Sakala tonight. Doesn't look as if Kamar Roof will be available next weekend. Who leads the Rangers line? Jermaine Defoe is available too, of course. Odegaard coming off here to be replaced by 20-year-old Ivan Morante. Quite a dilemma that for Stephen Gerrard. Just the right front three for next Saturday's opener.
Yeah, and you see it's changed the game with Tab going off, Clive. The Glenn's come in the pitch a wee bit, Jordan's coming in the pitch a wee bit, so away for that 4-5-1. You know, almost dropping on the outside, Tab and Glenn to start with, but now they're coming inside again. You see Jordan now.
Very, very well taken by Itten. He said himself that he found it a little difficult to settle in Glasgow and mix because of the pandemic during his first year, so many restrictions. He was mainly a substitute, lost his place in the Swiss national squad, but he scored a good close-range goal against Partick, a header against Arsenal, and that really good shot on the turn to make it 2-1 to Rangers.
He's not missing out much tonight out in Glasgow, to be honest, Clive.
I was out in Glasgow last night, it was wild. We're back at the hotel with Ted.
Sounds like my kind of night out. Certainly not a night out like Alan McGregor's anyway, Clive.
I don't want to know. I really don't want to know. Well, we tried to convince ourselves at the start of the evening that the result wasn't the most important thing, but it won't half look good if it remains something like this. And to come from behind to concede a goal after 8 minutes. And for two players who are making their way with Rangers to score the 2 goals, Sakala and Itten, so many pluses for Steven Gerrard. Itten can't quite catch up with that one. I think it's a real credit to the players, particularly the management, that the focus and the concentration was so relentlessly good last season. Footballers, performers, competitors need the edge, the energy that fans, audiences create to give their very best, but these players consistently found that high performance level despite the tumbleweed atmosphere. They may well get better in front of tens of thousands here. It won that well. Here's Davis. Jones. That's a really searching cross too.
A real good delivery for Jordan Jones. He's more suited on the outside. Clive, he wants to go down the side. Not as comfortable coming inside, but another opportunity for him to try and impress. Certainly got the quality as Jordan Jones.
I saw him pictured supporting England at the Euro 2020 final at Wembley on social media. When's the replay of that game, England-Italy? Because it was a draw, wasn't it? Yeah. I turned off at the end.
Thought that was been and gone, that tournament.
Kamara. Ooh, that's a bit dangerous for Davis. Marcelo was sharply in. Bit of a giveaway that. Needed a foul really from Jack Simpson.
It's touch tight as Jack Simpson. I like that look live. Defender's been really tight. Too tight that you keep on giving fouls away, but I think it's important to be brave to get tight.
And he took one for the team a bit there. Park. We showed too much of that to Davis. Jones couldn't quite get away, but Davis has found it, and there's a counter on here. Jones was taken out off the ball. Well, that's okay. The counter-attack didn't quite work, so regroup, keep the park, keep the possession, protect the lead.
It's one thing that couldn't have given him any more praise last year. The way they handled the game, the management not getting emotional control and just want to go and attack. Feeling the game.
What about that for a pass from Adam McGregor? Scott Arfield, Cedric Kitten. Arfield inviting Patterson to go, but he won't quite catch that.
Yeah, right idea. Scott Arfield, Nathan Patterson on his bike.
Odriozola, Marvin Park. Rangers continuing to make it difficult for Real Madrid to play out. Just that once or twice that they've been caught on the counter-attack when they're turn the ball over in dangerous areas, but generally speaking they've defended well from the front, Rangers.
The shape's really good. The inside 10s are really difficult to play through. Forces teams down the side.
Gutierrez, Isco, Marcelo, good idea, Isco. name to meet. Carlos Doutor, 20-year-old central midfield player born in Madrid. He's coming on for Ødegaard. And we're going to see Leon Balogun and Stephen Kelly in these closing stages too. Stephen Davis getting a break. He's 36 now, but he's defied those numbers in the last couple of years. Kelly may be the heir apparent to that particular throne. Takes his place. Connor Golson will come off and go sign that contract, please. And Leon Balogun will take his place. Rodrigo gave Real Madrid the lead after 8 minutes. Fashion Sakala equalised 10 minutes into this second half. A fine shot on the turn by Cedric Itten is the difference between the two teams in these last 5 minutes now. Gutierrez caught in possession by Middleton, thought he was fouled. Throw-in has been awarded. Isco sort of plays cage football, doesn't he, Isco? Kelly has really caught the eye in pre-season. Balogun's error is a little lucky there. Quite up to speed. We'll be hearing from Mr. McGregor in a moment. Foul by Arfield.
Just one wee sloppy pass. It's amazing how much it can disrupt the team. Just that wee bit of composure.
Gutierrez. Looking round the ground, there's not many leaving early. Waited too long for this. It may well be quite so busy tonight with only 17,000, 18,000 inside here, but a little loose from Morante. They've got away with it. Miguel Gutierrez. Marcelo. It's good work by Patterson. Catches the eye when he bursts forward into the opponent's half, but the defender's first duties are to defend. And he can do that.
Yeah, just the way he moves his feet. And I think the best defenders have got good feet, Clive. They can get their hips round, they don't get caught flat-footed, unbalanced. Patterson's that. Shift his feet. Looks like he's getting bigger, stronger. You can see his body filling into that shot now.
Oh, error there by Kelly. And not punished. Here comes Patterson again. He never run in the team March, April before suspension last season. Middleton couldn't quite bring that under his spell. Doutor to Marvin Park. It's given away to Kamara. Bassi caught in possession in turn by Arribas. These games with plenty of substitutions always tend to lose a little bit of shape in the closing stages. Manager probably learns more from the first half and the original team that he selected. Yeah.
First half was sensational, Clive. Really enjoyed it. The team was slick, real energy, created loads of chances.
Nathan Patterson, Cedric Gitton. Here's Jordan Jones. A little heavy in the pass. Terrific again from Patterson. Jones. Cross deflected and helped behind by Lunin. Corner. Maybe a last opportunity to add to the lead. Lunin punches. Four added minutes. Carlo Ancelotti's not happy about that either. I think he's probably seen enough. Real Madrid don't have another friendly schedule for a couple of weeks. They play Milan in Austria in 2 weeks' time. La Liga starts on August the 14th. They're actually starting with 3 away games in the hope that they can complete the work needed to have Bernabeu ready for their 4th league game in September.
Ancelotti waving his hands, Clive,
This was the final whistle, didn't want to see anymore. And Willie Collum has taken notion, and I think probably the two managers agreed on that. This is about physical conditioning as much as anything. We don't need 4 added minutes. One or two of the fans may disagree, but I think they've had their money's worth tonight. It's been an excellent round, an excellent Rangers performance. Even in the first half when they trailed to Rodrigo's early goal, they created opportunities. Ryan Kent hit the crossbar. But Fashion Sakala, whose pace caught the eye all evening, equalised 10 minutes into the second half. Glenn Kamara made an impact after he came on. But so many men in light blue furthered their cause this evening, including Cedric Itten, who with 13 minutes left to play added to his pre-season collection and gave Rangers a victory over Real Madrid at Ibrox. And I can't think of many better ways to spend a Sunday night than that. Good stuff.
Good man.